Let me go get the thing I always forget. My bone meal. Oh, you're like that? You want me to, so you wanted me to break your leaf off? Is that what you're telling me? Just to break this whole thing off? That's basically what I heard. Okay. I just want to put a little PSA out. I don't buy Happy Frog. I don't buy Kellogg's. I don't buy organic. I don't buy any bag of soil that is more than $7. Friend, I don't have these tomato plants out a couple of days. It's gonna be 80 degrees. I need to get these tomatoes in the dirt. But side note, my camera that I got from Boo, thank God it's an outdoor rugged camera, because tell me why I left it outside. So hey, plug for that Action Pro, left outside in the sun, in the rain, and it still works. When but I can't record because it was going dead, and I have it on the charger, and I don't have a phone stand. So I gotta go to karate, but I want to get some of these tomatoes in the dirt. They need to go in the dirt. Now, since they've been out here, they're still happy, but they got sun scorched, and that's something they're gonna have to get over, because this is their home. Because they're so tall, they don't have their bottom leaves, and I want them to be strong, I'm actually going to plant them laying down sideways. Same with this one, to get that bottom leaf off. And then I'm also going to plant basil and a marigold here. So let me go get the thing I always forget. My bone meal. My watermelon did do okay overnight. My cucumbers are getting sun scorched really bad, and so are the basil. But for the most part, the plants over here did pretty good overnight. This gooseberry, that needs to go in the dirt. They just need to go in the dirt. Let's see here. Let's unhook them. They all are intermingled with each other, of course. So where are you at? Oh, you're like that? You want me to, so you wanted me to break your leaf off? Is that what you're telling me? Just to break this whole thing off? That's basically what I heard. Okay. My plants love sticking together, and the thing is, they always break. Hold on, I need two hands. All right, let's deal with this one first. Now, I have prepped this soil a while ago, and I love doing this after it rained, because it's going to be nice and moist. This over here. Trench. Oh, they're yellow tomatoes. Yeah, both of them are yellow tomatoes. Okay. All right, I took off the bamboo sticks and the ties. All right, so I try not to disturb the root ball. I just kind of squeeze a little bit to loosen up the soil. But I'm gonna lay it sideways, and then I'm gonna pin it to this trellis. And then I'm gonna get the other one and basically zigzag it. All right, so I have them zigzag, and the thought process is hopefully it'll grow roots down here. Hold on. Because these stems, even though they're tall, it's really weak. They really are. Let's hope that they grow roots and become stronger. My little babies grow and be happy. Please grow and be happy. And here I go, just using my bare hands. And on this side, I'm going to put my basil and the marigold. You see how pitiful it looks? It's just over it all. It needs to be free. The sun, everything, even though where it's at, it's about to get sun. It's going to get sun. So hopefully it makes it. If not, I'll start some more seeds. And then this marigold, it was 2 in here. This one's starting to bloom. This one wasn't too happy, but I'm going to plant both of them together. So let's start with the marigold. No, this is going to be the basil. Mostly because I want to be able to reach it, to harvest it easier. Now I'm trying to do my best with the companion planting with the basil and the marigolds with my tomato plants. Last year I did have hornworms. I did. So I'm just going to be a little bit more strategic with this planting. Since this basil is leggy and struggling, I am going to try to plant it as deep as I can. And then I'll give it support with one of the bamboo sticks that was with my, or the bamboo stick that it's on, actually. I forgot it already has one. All right. One hand planting. All right, let me free up my hand. All right, definitely wanted to plant that deep. Keep this on for support, especially if it gets rainy and windy again and I still have the plant straps. It's like Velcro straps. Now onto the marigold. I broke one of the flowers off. I'm just going to plant it right in there with it. See, I keep hitting this bamboo. I'd rather hit the bamboo than the plant. And there you go. Yeah. We're getting plants in the ground. Yeah. Like I said, I'll come back with more straw when I get back from karate. Oh yeah. I'm not doing too bad trying to record with one hand. What time is it? You know what? Let's see if I could get these tomato plants planted. And then I'll just have 4 over there. One of them is a black cherry tomato that I'm actually going to hang from there, which means today or tomorrow I'm definitely going to be setting up my green stalks. I looked on their website. Now usually it's like 10 days before they even start shipping. It looks like now it's up to 2 weeks because the volume of their orders. So yay me. So what I'm going to do is just get the green stalks planted out and try to be careful. I'm not going to stack them up yet because I don't want to stack them up and then have to unstack them when I get the spinner or spinners because it's 2 green stalks. It's like the 16th. I'll probably get them on the 21st, maybe between the 21st and the 24th. Now these tomatoes are beefsteaks and I got these from Friend. This will be my first year growing beefsteaks. I usually do Best Boys, which I do have some Best Boys ready. Best Boys, Early Girls, Black Cherries. So this variety of yellow tomatoes will be my first time, and then the beefsteak. I'm gonna lay them on their side, but for these, let me see, because I don't want to bend them. Yeah, I'll make the same type of hole. little concerned about the angle that one's on, but we'll see. All right, and now here. More marigold and basil. We're gonna lose the shade soon. We're gonna lose the shade soon. I'm thinking about cutting some of that, some of the pieces from the shade tent and hooking it up some way to cover these plants. I may do that if I have enough time. I just want to put a little PSA out. I don't buy Happy Frog. I don't buy Kellogg's. I don't buy organic. I don't buy any bag of soil that is more than $7. I'm just going to be truthful with you. I try my best to get that soil that's on sale for $2 a bag, and I still grow food. I still grow food. You know, I don't use all the best fertilizers. I use bone meal and blood meal, fish emulsions, things like that, and I still grow food. Like, you don't have to break the bank in all these supplies to grow food. You just don't. And I'm sure, you know, there'll be the statements, well, you get a better yield, you get a better whatever. What I get is good for me. I still have stuff in the freezer from last year I haven't used. So you get stuff. Maybe I should change my name to the Cheap Garden. Anyway. And I'm going to keep the bamboo stick with it. And the marigold. And there's actually 2 in here. I wonder if I should separate it. These marigolds, I got these seeds from my plant from last year, and they can get quite bushy. So we'll see how this goes. Even though this soil is really moist, I may still water in everything. I got 4 tomato plants planted out, 2 basil, and a couple of marigolds. I actually cut a piece off from this because, truth be told, I actually bought a shade cloth that I could put over that's made for gazebos and umbrellas, and it'll leave that peak open. I might cut that whole thing up and maybe next year put it up, who knows. But I cut off a piece in front of that and I put it here just to give these things just a little bit of shade while it's trying to acclimate to its new dirt. I was gonna plant some more, or another tomato here. I was gonna put a black cherry tomato here, but I'm going to wait because the sun is chasing me. But at least I got 4 tomatoes in. I got some basil and some marigolds in. What I'm gonna do now is cut some more of that up and cover those plants because the sun is just tearing them up. Could I have just put them in that shade tent? I absolutely could have, but I didn't. So I'm gonna cut some up, cover those plants up, and then I gotta head to karate. The backyard is gonna be full sun by the time I get back, but I also have to go to my mom's house, so probably this afternoon or evening I'll be back in the garden once the sun isn't as intense, because it's like almost noon right now, and this whole area is just gonna be in sun. And yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Feel good getting something in the dirt. All right, on my Action Pro camera that was left out overnight, I went ahead and told Boo what happened because I didn't want him to find out that it happened looking at a video. But anyway, so it's been a few hours since I was last out. It's now overcast. I think we're supposed to get some rain. I uncovered the sweet potatoes. They look like they're doing okay. I mean, they're alive, right? But we'll see. What I think I'm gonna do next is finish out the tomatoes. Let's do that. And then one of my tomatoes, I kind of want to put in here. I want to do like hanging tomatoes hanging upside down. Every year I try something different. So last year I did the extreme pruning, all the suckers and things like that. Didn't yield as much as if I had just left it alone. So this year I think I might just leave them alone. Now I'm going to try the hanging. So they're going to go where my strawberry plant currently is. But I got to figure out how I'm going to get everything in there without tearing up the plant. I'll have to see how I'm going to do that. So, of course, me doing that, I should have took the stick out, but I don't know if it mattered. Me being me, I broke it about right here. Now, it's got different nodes, and I know tomatoes are resilient, so hopefully I'll get some growth before it decides it wants to die out below that breaking point. And of course that breaking point is right where all the leaves are. So fingers crossed. But you know, I can't do anything without breaking something. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do something super careless and make a mess. Okay, so this is my Cape Gooseberry Moving it out here, the leaves suffered a lot of casualties. So I'm hoping that it will recover. I had to basically cut all the leaves off. Since gooseberries are in the nightshade family, and this is now obviously super leggy, I can plant these deep. So with them being in the nightshade family, you could basically treat these like you would tomatoes with the rooting deep. I mean, most plants, whether they're in the nightshade family or not, if they're leggy, you can plant them deeper. I keep hearing noises other than the kids that you hear yapping in the back. There's a bird on the other side of my fence that keeps scavenging around all the time. And then I have these birds that have been dive bombing me from in between my fence. I've never seen before. They have black bodies and like their heads are so dark they're almost navy in color. And found out they're called greckles. Never heard of them. Really pretty. They like insects and seeds, so probably my grass seed drew them here. But I'm not a fan of them scaring the crap out of me. Can you plant 2 gooseberries together if they rooted in the same container? Usually with gooseberries, because they're vigorous bushes and usually perennials, you cannot plant them together like this. But Cape gooseberries, and that's what these are, you can plant them together because they'll grow into a large bushy plant. But they will compete for root space and nutrients, and it may stunt their growth. So it would be better for me to separate these two instead of keeping them in one root ball. Tear them up more. It looks like I am. Alright, so I'm going to plant one here. Ooh, another root. There's one over here. And these, they really do get bushy. I can't even lie. When I was doing the shade cloths, I actually put one behind this so that really bad morning to midday sun, it should be covered. And it should just be really getting this late afternoon to evening sun. Shoot, even this leaf is hanging on barely. I'll water that in a minute. And over here is going to be my okra. How many okra can you plant in a 79-liter utility tote? And I Google. If I don't know something, I'm going to Google. And Google told me that okra has a really long taproot and that I could get 2 to 3 okra in this container, which is fine because I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the okra I gave to friend died. So what I'm not gonna plant, I'm just gonna give to friend if he still has space. He planted out all his stuff yesterday, so he was on it. Put one here. Put one there. Can you plant okra sprouts deep? Now these, ooh, oh, you're a butterfly. These, I can't plant deep. But I do have to try to separate them. God, I hope y'all don't die. Why? Okay. Please don't die. I have onions growing here. I believe okra gets a little bushy, so do my gooseberries. So I'm not going to plant anything in the middle. I don't know if it's going to come up, but these cabbages have been covered the whole time, but something's eating them. I think I got either snails or roly-polies in there. If they can make it, I think I have some neem oil. I might spray them, but I'm going to try that beer technique or cut up a potato and try to draw them in that way and see if that helps. But something's really eating this one. Child, I know I probably look rough now. But in the spirit of trying to use it what I have, I bought these cocoa core or cocoa liners from the Dollar Tree maybe last year, if not the year before, because I was using these like in my front pots to cover them, to protect them during the winter. But instead I used leaves, which worked out just fine, if not better, because the leaves are better. They turn into fertilizer basically, or compost I should say. But I have this, I think, let me see. Yeah, it's a little bit too shallow for it, but I'm going to use it anyway. And I'm going to put some marigolds in there, but I'm going to use the dirt that I dropped in the grass to try to fill this up, or at least as much as I can. Hopefully this will be deep enough, but we'll see if it lives. If I find a deeper cocoa liner, then I'll just switch it out. All right, what else can I do today? It's also as far as what my battery is going to take me on this camera. I'm over here by my green stalk that I already have. I do have another one that's going to be for strawberries and maybe a row for miscellaneous, but I have not set that up yet. I don't think I'm going to get to it today. I'm tired. I'm looking tired. I'm tired. And I already have cabbages, and then I did put some overflow of radishes there in the empty pockets, so I'm going to fill up these. One, I already have cabbages, and then I did put some overflow of radishes there in the empty pockets, so I'm going to fill up these. Now I thinned out my beets, didn't show it because, like, for real, I have chamomile I want to put in here, some chives that act like they want to make it, and I also have some baby broccoli from my garden bed, or from my raised garden bed, I'm going to put in here because I need to clear that space out for my peppers. I know they say, what do they recommend, Happy Frog for these or whatever? Yeah, no, I just put whatever. I think this might be a mixture of the Master Gardener soil from Menards, Miracle Grow soil, and I added perlite for drainage in these pots. I'm not going to assemble these because, again, I'm waiting for the spinners, and they're heavy as is. I'm not gonna put them together, take them apart, put them together again. As you know, I'm clumsy, I'm heavy-handed, I break stuff, so no. This is gonna be something else, but for now, I'm gonna leave that strawberry in there. And just like I did with the other things, poke a hole. I'm gonna put 2 radishes in each pocket. This one's big. Now I watered this, you can't even tell in some spots. This was watered. And then I guess I'll put my measly chives in here. This is broccoli, a lot of broccoli. For my raised garden bed. I didn't know it was gonna be so many broccolis in that clump. I'm gonna have to do like what I did last time for Friend and put them in a container. But I don't wanna take up all the spaces with broccoli. And honestly, I should do these bugs every other one. These bugs have been dive bombing me all day. I have this thyme. Left over. I'm just gonna put the whole clump in here. And the sage. Well, it's just one. I'm thinking about putting this chamomile in its own little pot, but it's a lot of them. I know Friend wanted some. I guess my long lettuce that I actually got to grow, I'll put in here. Oh, you like how I covered that up? Yeah, I sure did. I'll leave it in here with its soil. Okay, water again. Okay. Whoo! Friend, that's it. I'm gonna clean up. And I probably will actually put the chamomile where the 2 sunflowers that I dug up from where my collard greens are. I'll probably put it in that pot, to be honest with you, because I think those sunflowers are dead. And I still have designated areas where they're growing in my grass and by my fence. I still got some in a pot. I may get some to Friend because the clump I gave him, half of them died. So he'll need some more. But I think this was a very productive planting day. Planting day! Set up the green stalks. Planted my okra. My Cape gooseberries. Thinned out the beets. Thinning out and removing the broccoli. Planted that marigold. Got my tomatoes set up. Planted some thyme and sage. Got shade covers on things. And got that taken care of. It still looks kind of rough over here. But once I get the area where the broccoli is, I could get some peppers over there. I may not do it today. I may get to it tomorrow. We'll see. But I'll fix the shades here a little bit. And then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with these beans because they are not happy. Anyway, friends, thanks for hanging with me. This is probably going to be a long video, so if you made it to the end, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Until next time, bye.